Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om. Adoration to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, and bestower of immortality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 6, entitled Atma Sanjam Yoga, Yoga of Meditation. Presently, verse number 13, and we will continue. Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan nachalam sthiraha samprekshya nasikagram ratsvam dishaschava nalokayan. Holding the body steady, keeping the center point of the body, neck and head in a straight line, he should focus the gaze at the tip of the nose or between the eyebrows without looking around, keeping the mind undistracted. It is the foundation of Godward movement. Try to understand. First, position of the body. Position of the body is not confined only to the body. In order that your body may relax, your mind has to be certain stage of purification. Body and mind are always related. In other words, practice yoga exercises to train your body to relax. Relaxing is an art. You just throw yourself on the bed doesn't mean that you are relaxed. It requires good learning and good abhyasa. So, with a sustained practice, but practice those exercises that are agreeable to you. And that which is not agreeable, that can be considered as certain challenge. You wait until your body is ready, but don't push yourself, force yourself. Not be a forced yogi, but sahaj. So, yoga practice is meant to prepare your body, your mind, to understand what it means to be relaxed. So, whether you are in seated pose, lying pose, walking pose, it's not a pose, but you can be internally relaxed. Then from a broad point of view, you are always in keeping your body in a straight position. But beginning from a very practical point of view, the feature of the body is important. As time passes by and body begins to bend more and more, you are led by the doctors and nurses to be reminded, keep your head up, keep your head up. Cheer up. especially you have to take syrup. Remember to keep the head up. So all those disciplines, they seem very simple little points, petty things, but not petty things. They are very important in your journey to self-realization. They are the very foundational stage. So, holding the body steady, keeping the center point of body, neck and head in a straight line. So when body has come to that, come to next stage, he should focus the gaze at the tip of the nose. Gaze refers, from practical point of view, your eyes, eyesight. Your eyes should not be looking all around. Learn Tratak. Allow the eyes to stay steady. Just focus on the object or your deity and learn to keep the eyes steady. But what you are aiming at, eyes are symbolic of your vrittis, thought waves. Just like your eyes wink. So you are never seeing things in continuity. You are always seeing things broken up. And your eyes deceive you and you don't know it. So using the eyes as simile, you are being led to understand the role of your vrittis, thought waves. In any cinema show, frames after frames are being projected on the screen. The frames are not all continuous, they are all broken up. But mind does not have that clarity. And so you get involved with continuity and with a illusion of a story. All the time you have been watching the screen. The screen is shouting up, I'm here, in between two thought waves. But we don't care. I'm joking, but I don't understand. The reality is always there behind your thought waves. But in between thought waves, that's where your focus has to be mental process. Mind should be so calm that can understand the illusion created by thought waves. So instead of exploring all the past and future, the drama, when did it begin, where will it end, instead of going through that, going in between the vrittis and understand past, present, future of your drama is sustained by the screen. The screen is the reality. And in order to allow yourself to practice your sadhana for that goal, 2 points are very important. The tip of the nose. Begin with your very early kindergarten. The nose is, you know your nose very well. Your eyes are looking everywhere, but you never see your nose. Calm down. And say to your nose, you can't run away from me. Focus on your nose. That's again is a physical feat in the beginning. But it is pointing to nose is Upalakshana, it is an indicator, points to vasanas, subtle desires of your mind. So, focusing on your nose, you are focusing your attention on the subtle desires that vasanas are, word comes vas, suvas, durvas, they are like fragrance or some type of a smell coming, and your conscious life constantly gets the smell from your vasanas. So nose is tricking you. Nose is involved in every activity. So much so in village folk level, when people know someone's secret, they tap the nose. So, all this doesn't mean that you are free from practicing pranayama. You practice all that, but understand deeper level where you are being led to. You are being led to purification of vasanas, subtle desires. Therefore, the tip of the nose is important. And going to the deeper level, tip of the nose, if you put nose like a little cartoon, one tip is this, another tip is Agya Chakra. So focus your mind on the Agya Chakra. So, and you are led automatically, if you start with your tratak, opening the eyes, focusing at the tip of the nose. As the mind calms down, your Agya Chakra becomes alert. So all this is under the tip of the nose. Nasikagra drishti, tip of the nose. Bhru madhya drishti, between the eyebrows. All these centers are, from practical point of view, of great importance. Little disciplines can be brought in your daily life, and life can be highly spiced in a spiritual way. Without looking around, keeping the mind undistracted. Your objective, your purpose behind meditation is to conquer vikshepa. Vikshepa is distraction. Constantly mind is thinking of the past, future, bringing out memories. Imagination is working. Foxy subconscious deceiving you. Many things go on happen. So without looking around, prashantatma vigatavir brahmachari vrate sthita manah sanjamya matmat chitto yukta asita matparaha. Peaceful and fearless. These are very powerful words. Prashantatma. Don't be shallow atma. Don't be a sentimental being. Your whole personality should not stay in a surface level. The more you are under the control of your temper, under the control of your moods, you are living a shallow life. The deeper life surges on like ocean. Surface life is a little wave, constantly shaking, constantly flowing in different directions and so forth. Be prashantatma. And therefore Upanishad begins with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Your mind should be filled with the bhajan of Shanti. God is peace. And learn to be peaceful with yourself, peaceful with others, and that's a tremendous objective before you in your sadhana. To enjoy peace. All this I'm saying quickly, but these are all your goal, and you live to attain that goal. You live to be healthy, but when you understand it is good, then you don't limit it. That within 7 days, if I don't become healthy, I will not eat at all. No matter how long it takes, you will go on eating. No matter how long it takes, you will go on doing your sadhana. Without despair, without frustration. That type of attitude has to develop to your spiritual discipline. So peaceful, prashantatma. It enables you to live in peace with yourself and promote peace around you. If you are not peaceful, you strip yourself of your own peace and try to turn others' peace into pieces. Try to understand. You try, but people are under their own karmic law. You are not really the source of any trouble made to others. Source lies in the karmas of people. So I'm not going to that direction. But simple idea, peace is a profound virtue, bringing calmness, soothing the heart of others, tender generosity. All these are expressions of peace. And no matter your near or dear one has done something, a big mistake, you try to understand the person with peace. But even with slightest mistake, with your near and dear one, you begin to jump around, look for a stick. Whatever little piece was there is broken into pieces. The mind, having taste for peace, finds the best remedy for all troubles and problems. Peace itself. But that's a profound thing. You have to go on understanding how can it be. More peaceful you are, the more you understand your own problems and how to resolve them. More peaceful you are, you understand others and allow the good in them to manifest more. You encourage them. If you are not peaceful, I'll give you some simple illustrations. You meet with someone and immediately you say, "Why are you so restless?" Because your eyes can't see. And the moment you have started giving wrong suggestions, it has created disharmony that people don't understand. Negative becomes highlighted in most gossips and talks among people. Positive, if you are prashantatma, In every situation, you will look back and use inner art of your heart. What can you do to put a balm? Somebody is coming with the head all itching and he hot. Instead of smashing the head, put balm on the head. Do something that helps the person, even if they seem to be so negative. But how much can you be? That depends upon all the possibilities there. Potentiality of being a saint is there in every individual. And in that movement, you become really healthy. Otherwise, you are caught in the world of birth and death. So, prashantatma, shanti, shanti. Vigat bhi, another great virtue. Literal meaning, vigat bhi means fearless. Don't entertain fear in your heart. How can't you? What obstructs that virtue? Fearlessness. What obstructs is your helplessness. The remedy is, if you were to have a little insight into your soul is a ray of God. And God is not running away. You are related to God in three ways. Deha buddhya tu dasoham. From body point of view, you are a slave, an instrument in the hand of God. Instrument is not an ordinary description. You can now become more artistic. You can be a piano in the divine hand. You can be a flute in the divine hand. Once you are in divine hand, you are not ordinary instrument. So try to understand that profound fact. Your whole body, your biological system, all is being attended on by God. And therefore, since God is your source and strength, how can there be fear? And what does fear look like? Figure that out. But this movement to fearlessness is progressive. You can't become absolutely fearless. But as you advance, you begin to discover more and more your inner strength. And more and more your mind goes after worshipping Durga Devi, Shakti, Hanuman, Sankat Mochan. And more understand that with God within you, Chako rakhe saiyan mari na saki hai koi. As God protects you, God sustains you. Therefore, with simple, relaxed surrender to God, a simple process of loving God, a simple effort to recognize the presence of God in others, there lies the secret of fearlessness. Fear is a terrible atmosphere to degrade the mind. Fearlessness opens up your window to divine oxygen. Fear pollutes the atmosphere. And this is again is a great project. Anyone who is a spiritual aspirant should learn to control fear, and in order to do so, do not strike fear in the heart of others. Led by ego, people don't understand. They think that they feel greater as long as people can follow their command, no matter how irrational. But that's not a healthy way of looking at things. That's the definition of demoniac personality. To be fearless and do not strike fear in others. Others who are suffering from fear, try to engender in them a sense of strength. Bring their mind to faith, strength of shraddha, faith, strength of devotion to God, and give them positive view of life. And that Hindu scriptures have countless stories that inspire people. So instead of bringing to your mind all these stories of terror, somebody is afraid, I say, well, look, I was also afraid like you. And you describe your terror worse than his terror. That's the wrong way to go. You are hurting yourself and hurting others. In every situation, facing situations, enrich yourself spiritually. Every situation has an opportunity, divinely presented. How you handle it, there lies the art. If you can handle it in a right way, it goes on enriching you, whether it's prosperity or adversity. If you don't have the right attitude, then it goes on diminishing your good quality, degrading you, whether you face positive or negative atmosphere. Same circumstances. Adversity itself is not negative. It brings challenges to allow your strength to have its revelation of greater strength. It brings the spirit of adventure. And the third virtue, brahmachari vrate sthita, brahmacharya vrata. People have strange concepts. Brahmacharya vrata is simple point. May I attain God realization. Once you have made that sankalpa, that may I attain Brahman, movement towards realizing Brahman, that's brahmacharya. If that is not held in your mind correctly, physical control is just a shallow control. Brahmacharya is not limited to the physical body. It is mind. First point, your mind must understand you are living for attaining God realization. So, your life should not be, no matter which stage of life you are, you can be brahmachari, can be school student, you can be grihastha, householder, you can be retired one or whatever. But all through, your vrata is to attain Brahman. Naturally, all your instinctive urges will be channelized to lead your soul to discover I am Brahman. But when you have made that type of sensitive understanding, you can have brahmacharya vrata in childhood, in any stage of your life. And when we say grihasthis, householders practicing brahmacharya, it implies they are following the purpose of their life, bringing there in their family divine souls. You may say you don't have any contact with them. But if you are living with a positive mind and with a spiritual culture within yourself, automatically advanced souls will enter your family. And there will be mutual dependence. You learn from your children, children learn from you. And the process goes on. Who is Guru? So that type of, with that purpose, household life becomes joyous. And it's movement towards brahmacharya. And how does brahmacharya ideal look like in advanced stage? You never view yourself as a male or female. You are beyond. You are soul. Male, female are attributes for the body, physical body. And another point, all human beings, there is a mix-up of male-female mentality. No one is 100% male. No one is 100% female. I will not go into details. And when brahmacharya vrata becomes steady, secure, that's called Bhishma vrata. That's what Mahabharata brings out in Bhishma. The vrata that he will not marry, he will not have children, and he continues to live his life. That's in the storyline. But vrata means you will not recognize yourself as a normal human being, but you are growing in the image of God. And God doesn't need to practice brahmacharya. So once you follow that, you have taken a terrible vow. Bhishma term means, in ordinary language, terrible, something very terrible. But it's not terrible. It's the most powerful vrata. It is the power of truth. The vrata that is leading you to the truth of your personality. Manaha sanjamyamachitto, and controlling the mind, sanjama over your mind. That's again is a powerful hobby, spiritual hobby. Keep the mind always under observation. And if the mind is thinking in a negative way, handle it according to your state. Sometimes negativity can be so much that your handling it will not be possible. What should you do then? No matter how negative, maintain a style of life day by day, when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to do prayer. Maintain your rhythm. Always rhythm is the answer to unrhythmic situations. So that's why we say Sura and Asur. Go through rhythm within your life. You are going through the divine way. All the divine virtues will begin to develop. But go on with your Asur. Everything good is there and something find it negative in it, and turn your gaze in such a way that things become distorted. Rang mein bhang. People are enjoying sattvic atmosphere. Suddenly someone starts shouting and saying nasty words. So mind has to be, what I was reading to understand, that if mind follows negativity, don't become too much desperate about it. Allow yourself to become into harmony. Harmony answers and corrects discord. If you don't start talking to the discord, be harmonious, melodious, and it will not do. But come into harmony, and then you don't have to tell anybody. Harmony, melody, sweetness automatically corrects all miserable situations in a miraculous way. Therefore, wait and watch. Follow the right pattern. Follow the teachings of the sages. Follow the teachings of satsanga. And wait. Do not come to a judgment that you are going backward and nothing can you do about it. Even God doesn't know how many negative things you have done. So don't become your own judge. So manaha sanjamya matchitto. Thus allow your mind, your whole chitta, to become devoted to God. Yukta asita matpara. The word matpara, mat, increasing devotion to God. Worldly pleasure creates raga, and the more it increases, it creates trouble. Raga gradually leads you to degradation of mind. Your holding on to the object is becomes stressful. Things that you love so much. Say, for example, you have some precious beads someone gave centuries ago to your generation, your line, family line, and you hold it on with the idea it is so costly. How fortunate am I? But then your mind is constantly remembering where it is held. Every time everything goes on, you think, if somebody taken it? Every now and then you have to look at it. In other words, you are not really enjoying sweet love from it. We're enjoying the pressure of how to handle it, how to hold it, fear related to it. But when you love God, every bit of success opens the door to a greater attachment. And attachment, the more you attach you are in God, automatically the load of the world begins to move away. Until you realize God alone is carrying all your load. So that's called matpara. Anurag, Ishwaranuragtiriti. Go on developing more and more love of God and more and more attachment to God until you attain God realization. Yunjannevam mahatmanam yogi niyatamanasa shantim nirvana paramam matsyāmadhigacchati. Having subdued his mind, the yogi constantly applies his mind to the self, controlling the mind from the world and from all these vikaras, perverted desire, anger, greed, and all that, bringing the mind to prashant, calm state, directing the mind Godwards. And consequently, such a yogi attains peace in the form of supreme nirvana. And what does that mean? He abides in me. This is the goal of life. That's yoga. Union with God. That's how what your project was. And now you become yukt. You have attained yoga. And attaining yoga is not a physical attainment. A reflected sun comes to realize, I am the sun. In language, it has attained the sun. But in reality, it has not gone to the sun to shake hands. You can't do that. It has realized its essential nature. Who am I? And with this I'm going to conclude. Om Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvarukuma bandhanan mrityor mukshyamamritat sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kashchid dukha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Om Hari Om Tat Sat.